All right. Welcome back to Eyes of Media. Prophet Johnny here. Hope you guys are doing well. Good morning to everybody. Wow, what a morning! What a Sunday night into morning. We were Sunday night. We were limit down once the futures markets open, and this morning the Federal Reserves announced unlimited QE, quantitative easing, and the futures markets, pre-markets go parabolic, almost hitting 20, almost hitting. I think we almost hit 20,000. Let me go back and see the futures, and let's see if we can see if they have that there. Okay, okay, there you go. So look at that. I mean, we went crazy. So how high did we go though? We went to 19,518. That was from eight. So we were at 18,000. We went from we jumped 1,500 points basically. Once that news came out, we were down here. Well, the news came out like right here. So we jumped literally 1,100 points basically. Wow. Within seconds, we jumped about 1,100 points. So that was crazy on that news. So the Fed are introducing unlimited quantitative easing, and basically they're going to be buying everything, and they also announced unlimited asset purchases. So they're going to be purchasing your small business. They're going to be purchasing medium-sized businesses. They're going to be purchasing large-sized businesses. They are funneling money, U.S. dollars, into other central banks around the world so that they can purchase assets in their countries using the U.S. dollar. Unlimited spending from the Fed. Now, if me and you tried to go and create unlimited money, we would be in prison for a long time. But for some reason, the Federal Reserve can print unlimited amount of money that they don't have, but they don't get in trouble. Well, their trouble is going to be that they're going to literally, in my opinion, at some point, the U.S. dollar is going to be the U.S. Federal Reserve notes are going to be worthless. That's going to be their punishment. That's going to be the end for them, in my opinion. And we're going to have to go to something else, maybe some U.S. Treasury notes backed by 1/3 gold, cryptocurrencies, and other things like that. So for the Fed, their end game is now QE4 to infinity until the world says no more. Right? No more Fed dollars. We're done, and then the world starts shipping back the Fed dollars back to America, and the streets of America are covered in Fed dollars. Okay, so many people have had dreams about that, by the way. Okay, they saw money falling from the sky, and it's the Fed dollars in the streets of America, worthless. Just like we saw in Zimbabwe, just like we saw in Venezuela and other countries, when their money becomes worthless, it's all in the streets, not even worth a penny, worth negative. And they're all over. The money just in the streets, worthless. So that's what's coming to the Fed dollar in the future. But right now, the Feds are saying, look, so as long as the money is strong, we're going to buy up the entire world, including your business. For you people that have small businesses and are looking to take this stimulus package loan, you're going to lose your business because you have to follow the Fed's guidelines because they're going to be taking a stake in your company. Okay, and you're gonna have to follow their guidelines. When you don't follow their guidelines, they get to take your entire company. So think about that. And they did that on purpose. And so we have, the insiders, Wall Street insiders, saying, do not take the stimulus package of the Fed. Okay, small businesses and medium-sized businesses and even large businesses, don't do it, because once you do it, the Fed and you don't follow their guidelines to the T, the Federal Reserve can take your entire company. Okay, so it is what it is, guys and girls. This is what's going on, and oil is up today, which is okay. I mean, it's up at only 20 cents. It's at $22 though, right? I mean, just 4 weeks ago we were at $50, So we got to keep that in perspective. Like oil is sitting at 22, like that is really low. Okay, so tomorrow oil could be back at $19, right? I think tomorrow's a bloodbath. I think today we rally. Today will be a day. Today's a trap day. I call today a trap day, where the Feds are going to trap people in. They trap people in on the futures markets as they went parabolic there to 19,500. Now we're at 18,900. So all the people that were buying at 19,500, 19,400, 19,300, they've been trapped in because now we're at 18,000 again. But they get out sometime this afternoon because guess what? The stimulus package from Congress should be passed this afternoon. And that will rally the markets up as well, and it's going to trap some more people in my opinion. Okay, I call today a trap day. Everybody that's running into cryptos right now are going to be trapped as well. The Federal Reserve know exactly what they're doing here. They're trapping everybody into long-term positions in the stock market, long-term positions in the cryptos, and then they're going to crash them on everyone starting tomorrow, which is the new cycle of Bo Poloni's new cycle starts tomorrow. Wave 5, the last leg down. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting that all of this happened right before Bo Poloni's last cycle, last leg down, wave 5? No, it's not a coincidence. It's on purpose. This is how the Federal Reserve works. This is how their scheme works. They know when to trap people. Okay, they remember on wave 2, for you guys that are following me on Patreon and watch the crypto charts. Remember on wave 2 they did the exact same thing. They put out all this good news on the last day of wave 2. They put out all this news. We're gonna go back to 30,000. We're not gonna allow this thing to crash. And then the next day we were down big, and then the next day we were down even bigger, and then wave 3 begun, and everybody got crushed. Everybody that bought the Fed's lie on that day got crushed. Margin calls came in, and then cryptos got crushed. Gold got crushed. Silver got crushed, all the way down to 18,000. The Federal Reserve is doing it again, right? Promising unlimited everything, sucking people in so they can crush them. Why? Because the Federal Reserve wants everybody's business. They want to own everything. That's their goal. Their goal is not to get the markets back to 30,000. Their goal is to crash the markets and own everything. Why don't people understand that? See, God's plan was that the markets were going to crash because of all of the abominations that are going on in the land, and then we would repent and we would stop printing money and go back to normalcy and normal way of living and real markets with real assets. But the Fed are saying, no, I'll crash it on my own and I'm going to own everything. That's not God's plan. God's plan is not for the Feds to print unlimited amount of money and take America into national socialism by buying up assets and buying up companies and buying up small businesses and destroying hardworking families. That's not God's agenda. God's agenda was to crash the markets down naturally and then make America repent for all the things that we have done in the land, and then bring up a new way of doing business where we're not printing money, injecting fake money in the market, but we're actually doing things naturally. Currencies are back naturally with real assets. Stock market is naturally moving up and down without printed money. And the Fed said, no, God, we're not going to do it that way. We're going to crash it on our own terms, and we're going to print unlimited amount of money. Now, what did God tell Louise Vogel Sharp? If the Fed and Donald Trump did not stop printing money, that he would have to send a natural disaster to the land of America to stop the Fed in their tracks. He said he didn't want to do it, but if the Fed won't stop and Donald Trump won't stop them, then that's what he would have to do. Now, Donald Trump has approved the Feds to do unlimited amount of QE, going against God's plan. So, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what God does now. Okay, I am pretty sure heaven is not happy with this announcement, and heaven is definitely not happy with the Feds having unlimited amount of money to purchase assets, meaning companies, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, large businesses, and own a stake in the company, and then you have to follow their rules. And if you don't follow their rules, they get to own the entire company, and you're out. That means millions upon millions upon millions of people are about to lose their jobs once this stimulus package is approved today. Because many of these CEOs and many of these executives are not going to want to listen to the Feds and abide by the Fed's ruling, so they're going to be out. And they're going to close their shops down. As soon as they get the stimulus package and they get that $5 million bonus, $20 million bonus from the Fed, they're out. They're going to say, we're not going to follow the Fed's rules. We're out of here. Fed, you could own the entire company. And guess what? Everybody then is fired. So it's gonna be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous. So someone from the Federal Reserve or from the Wall Street said that I have it on I posted on Twitter yesterday, but somebody said, and also I think I posted in Instagram stories as well. Somebody said that unemployment is about to be 30%. Going to be crazy. I think it could be more than that. After the stimulus package, millions of people are going to be laid off immediately and have to stay home and figure out what their lives is going to be like, because they can't go nowhere. A lot of eight states are in at least eight states are in lockdown, so you can't leave your house. So you're going to be fired on your day off, like the movie Friday, right? How you get fired on your day off? Well, that's what millions of Americans are about to be fired on their day off once the stimulus package is approved today. If it is approved today. It should be approved today, this afternoon. If it is, watch out. All right, so there you go. Hope I know this is it's terrible. It's terrible what the Fed are doing. Somebody needs to stop the Fed. You would think it would be Donald Trump, but Donald Trump's enabling this. So I'm not sure what Donald Trump is doing. Did Donald Trump come in to do national socialism? He did say he was a chosen one. Is he the chosen one of the New World Order? I mean, what's going on, Donald Trump? Did you change sides? Did you switch sides on the American people here? Having the Feds buy up everything and own companies is not a good thing, Donald Trump. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's the chosen one of maybe the New World Order. But I hope not, Donald Trump. I hope you're going to defeat the Fed at some point and get the currencies go back. Now, remember, Prophet Solomon saw Donald Trump smiling, and he was taking back the Fed dollar for the new Treasury back Treasury reserve notes. So something is going to happen, in my opinion. I'm going to keep faith that Donald Trump is playing the Feds for some. I don't know why he's allowing them to have this much power. But Donald Trump has support. Donald Trump, I'm going to keep the faith that Donald Trump is going to flip on the Feds at some point, and he's going to bring out the U.S. Treasury reserve notes that are go back, 1/3 go back most likely, because Prophet of Solomon saw Donald Trump in his suit smiling and saying, give me the greenbacks, and I'm gonna give you the Treasury, the U.S. Treasury Reserve notes that'll go back. And he was smiling and he was happy. So Donald Trump right now is allowing the Feds to own everything, and so including central banks. But if Prophet Solomon's dream is correct, Donald Trump is going to switch on the Feds at some point. So, or Donald Trump's going to allow the Feds to do what they do, but he's also going to bring out the U.S. Treasury gold back notes. And so you're going to have the we're going to have the greenbacks are going to be out there, and then you're going to have the U.S. Treasury Reserve notes, and then you're going to have the quantum financial system all at the same time, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to end. I don't know how this is going to end. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. So, you know, one thing that the world should do is at some point the world should say enough is enough with the U.S. Federal Reserve notes, and then send it all back to America. That's another way to end the Feds. Don't use the Federal Reserve notes. And then Donald Trump would then immediately have to bring out the U.S. Treasury Reserve notes that'll go back. That's another way to end the Fed. Don't use their currency. Right? And I think the Fed know that's coming. That's why they're going into this extreme right now. They're going to buy up everything, and they're also going to allow the real estate markets to crash. And they're going to buy up they're going to try to buy up the real estate markets. They're literally in the climax right now, and the Federal Reserve are doing their climax. Their version of the climax is happening right now because they know that it's about to be over for them. That they're doing their climax right now because at some point the world will reject the U.S. Federal Reserve notes, in my opinion. All right, so they're going to be buying up everything with unlimited spending and try to control the entire world before the world rejects the Federal Reserve notes, and then Donald Trump's going to have to bring out the U.S. Treasury gold back notes, in my opinion. Anyways, let's see how it plays out. I'm not giving up faith on Donald Trump. He's allowing this though, but he's allowing the Fed to go against God's will and God's plan. But I'm keeping faith that Donald Trump at some point is going to flip on the Feds and bring out the U.S. Treasury gold back notes. Peace out, God bless, and wow. What another historic day. The Federal Reserve go to unlimited quantitative easing for the first time in U.S. history, and also Friday they announced $1 trillion per day in repos, and also today they announced unlimited purchasing of assets and companies. The Federal Reserve want to rule the entire world. Wow. Let's see what happens later today. The Congress is supposed to should pass the stimulus bill, and then Tuesday is suspected to be an absolute bloodbath in the markets, trapping everybody who buys today. I guess we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's see if that happens. Matter of fact, I think tomorrow we're gonna do the video at the close of the market to see if everything came to pass. Peace out, God bless, and I'll see you guys later. Eyes open. Bye.